We met in middle school. We were both on the Bible quiz team at Fellowship. We became friends and started dating when I was a sophomore in high school and he was a junior in high school. I saw him as a leader and I saw just how selfless he was, and he just was such a servant. And so I saw that in him, for a long time, in his patience and his wisdom.
I don't know that it was super intentional at the start. She's pretty good looking. I think that played a significant role. Her spirit, her personality, her relationship with God, I think definitely were very attractive to me.
Well, I grew up in a Christian family. I'm the youngest of 4 kids and grew up going to church and believing in God and learning about God at home and at church. I remember reading the story of Jesus dying on the cross on my own in bed one night and praying to ask Jesus into my heart. When I was little, I did that on my own, and I definitely grew up knowing that God loved me and that He was there for me and that my parents loved me and were there for me.
I grew up in a Christian home. I accepted Christ when I was 7, I think. My parents were both Christians, my grandparents were Christians. Definitely a strong heritage of faith. When I was 14, I went to a CDYC conference. It really became something that became an internal faith as opposed to just a thing that I believed or whatever.
Through middle school and through high school, definitely my youth pastor was a big part of my life, and just seeing potential in me and calling me to leadership and really stepping up in my faith. So I think definitely my youth pastor was a big influence in my life. But then my mom, for sure, and my dad, and also my sister. I have an older sister who is following after the Lord and was always a great example for me.
Youth group played a huge role in that. The adult volunteers and the youth pastor, especially the older males that volunteered, like Mark Linville and Herm Martin, just played a huge role, just observing their lives and seeing how they lived. Seeing that relationship is real in their lives, that it's something that they wholeheartedly believe.
When I went to college, my parents were starting on a big journey in their faith too, so at that same time, I was watching God lead them on a journey. So I was able to see, no, God is speaking, to my mom, and then God was speaking to me, and I could see, I want more of that. As I got into college, I thought maybe my story would be more powerful if I had had a big time where I'd walked away from God. And then I just feel like God just showed me, no, I have protected you and blessed you with, knowing about me and just giving me that foundation and just seeing that as a blessing.
God's definitely held up. I mean, He is constantly faithful. He has been the one to pursue me. I think if it was up to me, I would have left, but God has been faithful to pursue me and to make that relationship real in me. I've been faithful because God has been faithful to me. He's given a strong foundation, and so it's not something that's easily moved.
I just think it's awesome that she has both sets of grandparents living in town who are all actively following the Lord. She has, so not only our example, but their example as well, and I'm just really thankful for that. I just feel like there's nothing in my life that would have purpose without God.
Just thankful for all of the relationships that we have, for the family that we have, for the friends that we have.
I'm definitely thankful for my parents and our families that we grew up in, and definitely thankful for our friends and our church. And God is so much a part of who I am. I just can't imagine living my life without Him.